The naval arena of the Western Pacific is facing a severe reality where massive fleets can easily become vulnerable to low-cost saturation strikes. On May 3, 2026, the Italian Navy sent a shockwave through global geopolitics by officially deploying its newest capital ship, Italy PPA Giovanni Bande Nere P434, straight into the volatile waters of the Indo Pacific region. On paper, Rome officially classifies this 6,270-ton behemoth as an offshore patrol vessel, a designation typically reserved for light hulls designed to monitor economic zones or chase pirates. Yet, as this multi-billion-euro warship sails towards the high-stakes Pacific Dragon 2026 exercises near Hawaii, its true identity reveals a terrifying paradox. Leading global defense analysts argue that Italy has effectively disguised a high-end guided missile destroyer under a harmless peacetime name. A standard patrol craft carries a small cannon, but the Giovanni Bande Nere P434 is armed with the cutting-edge Leonardo Kronos dual-band, active electronically scanned array radar, and 16 Silver A50 vertical launch cells packed with Aster 30 Block 1 NT missiles. This multi-million-dollar air defense suite is engineered to intercept maneuvering short-range ballistic missiles and supersonic cruise threats at a range of 120 kilometers. Rome spent a staggering 3 billion euros on the PPA program, leaving this deployment exposed to intense strategic scrutiny. Why would a European power play such a risky game of political wordplay, investing destroyer-level budgets into a hull labeled for routine patrol duties? The reality is a mix of clever budget maneuvering and a hidden tactical trap that could leave the ship completely defenseless against the massive missile arsenals of the Pacific. Before we go on, if you want to stay ahead of the latest military breakthroughs, hit that subscribe button right now. And tell me where you are watching from. To understand the true nature of this naval paradox, we must look at the strict political and financial constraints that shaped the Italian fleet. For years, the Italian parliament was highly resistant to funding aggressive, high-end warships due to severe domestic budget pressures. To bypass this political roadblock, the Italian Navy cleverly utilized the dual-use concept, selling the PPA program to lawmakers as a flexible maritime patrol fleet capable of environmental rescue and anti-piracy duties. However, as the global threat environment deteriorated, the illusion of a simple patrol craft shattered. Following the outbreak of intense anti-ship ballistic missile attacks in the Red Sea, Rome realized that unarmored hulls would be completely helpless in a modern conflict zone. This realization culminated in April 2026, when the Italian Ministry of Defense executed a major contract modification with shipbuilder Fincantieri to rapidly upgrade its PPA fleet to the highest full combat configuration. While this upgrade gives the Giovanni Bande Nere P434 a revolutionary dual-band radar capable of tracking over 300 targets simultaneously, it also exposes a crushing physical limitation. On paper, their only tactical salvation in a high-intensity theater is their advanced missile system, yet the ship is equipped with a mere 16 Silver A50 vertical launch cells. In the modern naval warfare of the Western Pacific, where potential adversaries employ dense saturation strike doctrines, 16 missiles create an immediate mathematical dead end. Standard Western defensive protocols require firing 2 interceptors against a single incoming threat to guarantee a successful interception. This means the 800 million euro Giovanni Bande Nere P434 can engage a maximum of only 8 incoming missiles before its entire magazine is completely depleted. In less than 180 seconds of active combat against a swarm of 30 or 40 anti-ship cruise missiles, this billion-dollar engineering masterpiece could be left entirely defenseless. However, leading global defense analysts argue that evaluating this ship solely on its internal magazine capacity completely misses its true tactical purpose. The 16 missile cells are not a design failure, but rather a calculated element of a broader networked warfare strategy. The real firepower of the Giovanni Del Band near P434 lies in its revolutionary role as a forward intelligence node. Armed with the Aster 30 Block 1NT missile, which utilizes an active radar seeker operating in the car band, and a highly advanced maneuverability system capable of sustaining 60 G of structural overload, the ship possesses the unique capability to neutralize highly erratic ballistic and supersonic threats. The operational solution to the magazine shortage is achieved through integration. Operating under the advanced SADOC 4 combat management system, the vessel acts as a forward observer using its multi-face active electronically scanned array radar to detect and track fast-moving threats hundreds of kilometers away. Instead of exhausting its own limited ammunition, the ship utilizes Link 16 and Link 22 tactical data networks to transmit high-precision targeting data instantly to Allied warships. This allows massive Aegis destroyers from the United States or Japan, which carry 96 to 122 vertical launch cells, to fire their own missiles at targets tracked by the Italian ship. This cooperative engagement capability effectively transforms the patrol vessel into the primary sensor brain for a massive Allied surface fleet. The ongoing 6-month deployment to the Pacific Dragon 2026 exercises serves as a live demonstration of this exact capability. As construction continues on the 8th hull of this class, following its keel-laying ceremony in late May 2026, Rome is demonstrating to international observers that a highly modular 6,000-ton platform can successfully direct the collective defensive shield of a multinational coalition. This ambitious deployment of the Giovanni Del Band near P434 brings global naval strategists to a major historical crossroads. The Italian ship forces a direct confrontation between two fundamentally opposing military philosophies. On one side stands the philosophy of high-end technology, which prioritizes extreme automation, elite sensor capabilities, and reducing crew sizes to keep sailors safe inside a revolutionary dual-person cockpit. This approach creates incredibly capable warships, but drives production costs so high that fleets can only afford a minimal number of vertical launch cells. On the opposing side sits the philosophy of mass firepower, which relies on less sophisticated but heavily armed hulls carrying over 100 missiles each, designed to survive a brutal war of numbers through sheer ammunition volume. The core lesson from this Italian experiment is that the traditional definitions of naval power are permanently changing. A vessel no longer needs to be a massive cruiser to alter the tactical balance of an entire ocean basin. By utilizing advanced network architecture, a platform with only 16 interceptors can control the defensive actions of a massive international task force. However, this relies entirely on the assumption that communication links will remain unjammed and allies will always be present to provide the necessary firepower. As the geopolitical friction in the Indo Pacific continues to intensify throughout 2026, the success of this Italian deployment will prove whether the future of naval warfare belongs to ultra-intelligent networked platforms or to the traditional arsenals of massive firepower. If you were a naval commander preparing for a high-intensity conflict, which strategy would you trust to defend your fleet? A hyper-advanced radar ship that coordinates with allies, or a heavily armed destroyer packed with a massive arsenal of its own missiles? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button and subscribe for more deep defense analysis.